Hello people, so we are going to check out how to apply for the Vista Visa through the new portal. So in the previous video I have mentioned how to register for the new Vista Visa portal of IRCC, and over here you can see the start an application option. Once you log in to your IRCC new Vista Visa portal, you'll be able to see the option to apply for Vista Visa, and if you've already submitted the application, you'll be able to see that on the column where I marked heart. And if you haven't submitted the application, you have started the application but then haven't submitted the applications, thinking that okay, you'll be able to finish it off later, or you want to clarify some things, you can always go back and clarify, make your doubts clear. You can come back and submit the application in the column where I marked star. It will stay for 60 days. You have 60 days to submit that application. So once we click on apply for Vista Visa, you'll be able to see the eligibility criteria to apply for the Vista Visa for Canada. And make sure that you're eligible before you apply, otherwise you'll be wasting your $100 of application fees and $85 of biometrics fees. And always keep the items in handy, your passport and other valid documents and everything. And all the other documents are different case to case. It's all case to case basis. And also understand that every situation is different and you have to apply based on your situation. You have to justify yourself. Then we'll select the acknowledge part, and then you can click on the start application option. Then you can mention whether you are applying for one person or you are applying for more than one person, be it your kids or your friends or someone else. So you can click on your option. So if you're just one person, you can always click on no, and then you can click on save and continue option. Then you can select the appropriate one. For me, I am selecting Vista Visa, and you have multiple options over here. For me, I was thinking of going to see my wife in Canada, so I clicked on to visit my spouse, common law partner, dependent child, etc. So the next option is it's asking for detailed information regarding what exactly you are going to do in Canada. So you have to mention in detail that what exactly are you going to do in Canada. If you're going to visit your spouse, mention that you want to see your spouse at the earliest. I always prefer a statement of purpose, preparing a statement of purpose in a blank paper and try to attach it in the files. But then you can make that as a brief, and you can use it over here. You have a limit of 475 characters, so make it really short and crisp and justify yourself in that column. Then you can put when will you enter Canada. You can put today's date where you are watching the video, or the day which you're applying for the application, because that might be the appropriate date, I would say. And when will you leave Canada, that totally depends upon your passport expiry date, or how long your visa will be valid till, or if you're going to see your spouse, when is your spouse's visa ending, all those things. So I prefer keeping it for like 6 months or that period. But if your spouse is staying for more than that, I always prefer keeping the date the same as my spouse's work permit or study permit expiry date, because that might apt, because that will justify that I'm going to be with her to support her. So if you have a unique UCA number, you can keep it there, that you'll be able to find it in your existing work permit, study permit on the top right corner. Then you can click on save and continue. Then you can go ahead and find the details of letter of invitation. What exactly is a letter of invitation? Someone from Canada should invite you to Canada to visit. So that person should make a letter of invitation and should be given to you. So the more details will be available in the link which I've copy pasted over there. So you can just go there and find it out. And then you need to enter the details as personal details, travel document details such as passport, finances, whether you have enough funds available, your education history, your criminality and security check, your medical background check. I always prefer doing medicals in the first place itself rather than doing it later. Then your family information to show that you have strong ties in your country and you will come back, and you have to come back. So that should be the right thing to do. Then you can go on, and you will get an option to choose whether you are applying on behalf of someone else. If you're not a representative, click on no, and then save and continue. Then you have to put your surname in the next portion, and your first name. Like I mentioned, if your name is Madhav Kumar, then Kumar is your surname, Madhav is your first name, and your date of birth and your gender. And you can click on save and continue. Then you can mention what documents are you traveling with. So you can mention passport and what kind of passport. Usually it is regular, so I click on regular. Then you can choose the country which matches your passport, and your nationality should be mentioned over there, and your passport document number. In India, it usually found on the top right corner next to your face, so you can click on that. And you have to put the expiry date of your passport or your travel document, so you have to select the appropriate date. Then you have to mention whether you are lawfully permanent resident of the United States with a valid green card. Should be no, so put no. So have you held a Canada visa in the past 10 years? Never lie. So if you have, put yes. If you had, put yes for the past 10 years. If you never had, please click no. Then do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? If yes, click yes, otherwise no. Are you traveling to Canada by air? If you're traveling from India, definitely it's a yes. If you're traveling from any other country other than US and Mexico, usually it's a yes. So click on yes or your appropriate choice. You can click on save and continue after that. Then you can select the option of your citizenship and the territory you were born. So you can click on your appropriate country. So for me, it was India. So I clicked on India and the city of town which you were born. So select the city of town, city or town which you are born. So I usually find the birthplace in my passport. So I go according to my passport rather than my assumption. Then are you a citizen of more than one country or territory? So choose the appropriate answer. For me, it was no. Which country or territory are you a citizen of? So choose the right option. So for me, I choose India. Then you can choose if you're there for quite a long time, you're citizen of that country since your birth, then choose that option so you can avoid selecting the date of where you choose not to be the citizen of that country. Then since what date are you a citizen of this country or territory, keep your birth date if that's the only country you are staying in, being a citizen of. Then click on save and continue. Then you can select national identity document of the applicant. So you can click yes or no, it's up to you. I mean, it's the appropriate choice. National identity documents usually includes passport, election ID card, or for Indians there is Aadhaar, or Indians can use passport as well. So I chose passport, so I put my document number and I confirm my document number again, then the same date of issue which I found it on my passport. Then select the country or territory that issued this document. Then have you used another name in the past? So it's the personal details, so I prefer no because I haven't used any name in the past. So if you have used your name in the past, please click yes and submit appropriate proof to mention that why you used that name and why did you change it. And for Indians, it's usually you have to attach gazetted officers notice and all those advertisement which you did publishing that you decided to change your name. So include all those information as proof. Then you can click on save and continue. Then you can fill your details where exactly you are staying right now. So fill up those details. If you're staying in Canada, please choose Canadian address. If you're staying in India or any other countries, please include that address with the postal code, even though it says optional. I definitely prefer putting the postal code. So is your mailing address the same as your residential address? You can put a yes or no, up to you, but then I prefer yes. Then there's the question called list your current country or territory of residence, and then add all the other countries of territories where you have lived for the past 5 years or more than 6 months, for more than 6 months. So I haven't stayed in any other countries for more than 6 months, other than the country which I'm in right now and the country which I was born in. So I selected those countries. So you can put the details. Once you click on that, you'll be able to get this box where you need to fill up all your details. What exactly were you there, whether you are a citizen or were you a permanent resident, and all those options you'll be able to see. You can select citizen if that's a country which you're born in and you're still holding the citizenship of that country. Then you can click on save once you fill up all the country details. Then you can click save and continue after you're done with all the country's details which you have lived for more than 6 months. Then it's asking whether you have already given your biometrics and photo to IRCC before or not. So you can choose the option whether it's a yes or no. If you haven't given biometrics in the past 10 years, please click the option no and then click on save and continue. Now your spouse's name should be there who is residing in Canada. For my case, my wife resides in Canada, so I put my wife's surname over there and my wife's first name on the bottom. Like I told, it should match the wife's documents. I prefer it should match the wife's permit which she is staying in. So in some cases the names might be different in passport and in study permit and or work permit of our spouse. Say in some cases they would have given, if the name is Madhav Kumar, then if the work permit has the name Madhav Kumar as the surname, then please fill up surname as Madhav Kumar rather than Kumar. It totally depends upon spouse's surname. And again, spouse is the person who is residing in Canada and who is inviting you, that is your wife or husband. Totally depends upon your case. And then fill up the details of relationship, whether that's a family member or a friend, appropriate reason. For me, it's a family member, so I put the family member option. And then the place where they are residing in right now. So I selected Canada because she is residing in Canada. That's the reason why I'm coming here. Then you can choose the telephone type, the cellular number or residence, whichever number is appropriate. So I chose Canada because my wife stays here. So I fill up her information, her telephone number also over there, and her email address also. So I have included my wife's telephone number and email address. So then you can choose, has someone else also invited you? You can put yes or no, but then I prefer no. Then you can click on save and continue. Then it's asking for how much money do you have for your stay in Canada in Canadian dollars. So I copy pasted a format on the right hand side where you need to submit a document as your proof. I prefer a bank letter stating that how much exactly do I have in my account, and which is ready for the disposal, which is liquid money, with and that letter should be in bank's letterhead, and which should be signed, and the date should be the most recent date. And always keep a contact number of the bank, the person who is signing the document, and make sure that they can understand that that's the same account as yours. And even if it's a joint account, that's also totally fine. And you should keep 6 months account details in the statements. Basically, they needed to see whether the fund is coming from somewhere else, or you're just, for the time being, you're just borrowing the money from someone else, or you actually have money in your account for quite a long time or not, which shows your credibility. So the money details, the fund details are available in the IRCC website. You need to go and check it out for how many people, how much exact funds is required. Then you can click on, is someone else giving you money for your stay in Canada? If you're putting yes, then you have to show the proof why exactly this person is giving you money, what's the reason why he is giving you money, or what's the relation between the person who is lending you money and you. So for me, I had money, so I clicked on no, then I clicked on save and continue. Then it's asking for the work details history. So you need to add the details of your work you have done. Never give any date blank from the age of 18, because they need to know what exactly you have done after the age of 18, what all works you have done. If you have done studies, please mention that. If you have mentioned studies up to the age of say 21, then they might not bother regarding what exactly you have done in between 18 and 21 as work. They would rather stick with the studies. And then you need to fill up the whatever work you have done from 21 year plus up to the date you are submitting this application. So mention those details over there. Now you need to fill up the your education history, what all you have done after the age of 18, and your highest education details, and up to what date did you study, from what date to up to what date did you study. So fill up everything, never keep any date blank, never keep any date unaccounted for. So then you can continue, and you have to fill up your details again in terms of work, and then you can click on continue again. And now you need to mention your travel history. So since the age of 18, have you traveled to any country other than your country of citizenship or the country where you currently live? So I clicked yes, because I went to Bali for the honeymoon. So I clicked on that option, and I chose the month which I went and till the month which I came back. And on the so once you click on save and continue, after that, it's again asking, have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of your status? Say if you're out of status after your study permit or work permit, that basically means that you have not applied for an extension before your status expire, then you're out of status. Or if you're out of or if you're in restoration period, that also considers as out of status. So if you're in any of these both periods, then click on yes, otherwise click on no. So it's again asking, have you ever been refused a visa or permit, denied entry or order to leave any country or territory? So choose appropriately, never lie, never give any false informations to them. So if your visa has been refused before, please click yes. Or if your permit has been refused, please click yes. And then for me, the case is no, so I click no, and then I press save and continue. Then it's asking the basic questions, whether you have done any crime, whether you have done any criminal offense, whether you were charged for any criminal offense, or you were convicted. So select appropriate option. So if you're selecting yes, definitely it will be a problem for the authorities to let you inside the country. So, but never lie. And now click save and continue. It's again asking for the criminality and security questions. Are you or have you been any member of the associated with or associated with any political party? So choose appropriate option. Understandably, you are some prominent member, some prominent leader, or a person with a really good political intent. Please, if you are, please click yes, otherwise click no. And if you have witnessed or participated in any ill treatment, please click yes, otherwise click no. Now they need the medical background questions. So have you had any medical exam performed by IRCC authorized panel physician doctor within the last 12 months? Remember, it is within the last 12 months. So if you're coming from outside Canada, definitely you have to do the medicals. So I always prefer doing medicals first and applying the for visa later, just to reduce the timing, the waiting period for the visa basically. So if you have already done and you have the unique medical identifier number or IME number, please enter that, which you can find it in the document which you have received when you did the medicals. Otherwise click no, because probably you might get a notification to do the medicals once your visa is going through. Now you need to mention whether you have had tuberculosis in the last 2 years. Click appropriate option. And the last 5 years, have you been in close contact with a person with tuberculosis? Choose appropriate option. and it's again asking whether you are risk in terms of medical reasons. So choose the appropriate option out of these. Now it's asking for your personal details such as your marital status. So please select the appropriate answer. For me, I selected married, and the date of marriage also was selected over here. If you're not married and if you're in a common law relationship, you have to prove that how strong your relationship is, how deep your relationship is, and you should have the proofs for that, and you have to put that details over there. And you again have to enter the same information like which you entered before: your spouse's last name and your spouse's first name and her date of birth and her country, and right now what exactly she's doing. If she's doing a part-time job, please select that. Please select that occupation over there, and then select their address. If the address is not your address, then choose the present address, which is a Canadian address, I believe. So you have to enter that address. Now it's asking, will your spouse / common law partner accompany you to Canada? So choose yes. If your wife is already in Canada, please choose yes. It doesn't matter whether she is here or someone else is planning to come with you, and your spouse in India also wants to come with you. It totally depends upon the situation. For me, the situation was she was already here, even though the question is kind of confusing whether she's accompanying you. She's already here. So I choose yes. Basically, that justifies more. Then I press on save and continue. Then it's asking for your children's details, whether you have any biological, adopted, or step children. Choose the appropriate answer. Then select the box and save and continue. Then you have to mention your parents' details. So that basically shows your family ties back in your country. So select the appropriate option. Never skip any part. Then press save and continue. Now you can choose your native language or your mother tongue. So choose the appropriate option, your language, and the language which you need to be communicated in. So choose that, and then click on save and continue. Now you need to enter your email address, and you have to confirm your email address again, and please press save and continue after that. And these details are basically taking to as you ask your contact information in case they want to contact you to ask for more documents or to inform you regarding your status of application, etc. We can choose your telephone number details over there. So I've chosen Indian details right over there, and it pretty much went through. Now we are reviewing the whole application. So basically what we are done right now is there will be a set of questions which are usually asked before applying for visa to check your eligibility. So that questions have been taken care of in this new portal, as well as there's an IMM application form which you need to fill, which again have been taken care in this portal. Rather than filling up and then submitting the details, submitting the form, they have already asked it as questions, and you have answered the appropriate answer. So you can review the whole thing, and you can just scroll down and you can review each of your answers. So once you're sure, 100% sure about the whole details, that you're being very truthful and being very honest, and you have filled all the information appropriately without any doubts, without needing any more clarifications. And I always prefer a second person to go through my application, just in case if we have missed anything. So once you're done with that, please click next, and then you will get the page to submit your documents in order to support your application. So all those applications should be less than 2 MB and should be in TIFF, JPG, PNG, docx, and PDF format. And if you want to submit some document in one specific place, and there's only one place to submit that document, but you have like 3 different documents to submit in the same place, please keep it all together as one document, make it all as one PDF, and submit it. And the file size should not be more than 2 MB. Now you can just go ahead and submit your application, supporting applications in its own place, national identity document. I prefer passport, so you can scan all your passport pages, all the marked passport pages, including the front page, the second page, the last page, the address page, the page where you have photos, and the page where you have any country stamps. All those pages which are marked should be scanned and uploaded over here as one document, which should be less than 2 MB. Then your passport and travel document again, you can put your passport, same stuff again over there. And if you have already submitted an application before, and it has been, if you are already a work permit holder or study permit holder and you are out of status, I prefer scanning that also with this passport at the end, and then I would upload it over here also. And then you have to upload the 6 months bank statement plus the bank's letter, and if there's any other proof, please upload those proof also. There are people who are telling that whether CA, the Chinese Chartered Accountant, should validate your all your property details, all your gold details, all those informations, and convert it into Canadian dollars and give a proof like that. But then I wouldn't personally prefer that, because that's not a liquid fund which you can dispose on your decision at any point of time, because those needs to be liquefied, right? So that will take time. So I don't know how much validity that holds. Maybe it can help you to show your family ties or your ties with the home country, that you still have a lot of property in your home country, which will justify that you will come back, your return to the country back. But I don't think that will satisfy an officer as a fund proof. I prefer liquid cash in the account, which should be ready for your disposal. So you can upload those documents over there. Now you can include your marriage certificate, including if your marriage has been done in any parish, mosque, or any other temples. Have the document from there, as well as the document which you have registered in your government local body. So put those together as one PDF, upload it over there. And all the optional documents, even though it says optional documents, I prefer giving a lot of information, a lot of importance to optional documents. If it's available, I always prefer uploading those. So over here it has mentioned regarding what exactly you need to submit as proof of fund. So one more thing which I wanted to tell you, that your spouse's Canadian bank account details also should be there, which justifies that she'll also be taking care of your Canadian financial requirements. So mention your spouse's bank account details in the bank letterhead from Canada. So go through this portion where I have copy pasted, and then select the appropriate letters, select the appropriate statements, and then upload all those things together over here. And over here it says if you are married in Canada, the marriage certificate should be accordingly. And if you're married outside India, like I told, the local body certificate. Plus, if your marriage has been done in any church or parish or mosque or temples or somewhere, include that document also. Now your consent personal information, if you're authorizing someone else to apply on your behalf, or if you want the IRCC to give your information to someone else, that's where this consent personal information comes in. You have to download a separate form from IRCC website to give your information, and you have to upload that document over here, which I personally don't prefer. I like to keep my things to myself. I like to do any government applications or any personal applications by myself, so I'm not selecting that. And now you are seeing an option of employer letter. Again, like I told, this field, the optional field, is a very generic field which is for everyone. If you're coming for a specific purpose to work for some period of time, you will have the option to upload all those things over here. So the optional documents totally depends upon case-to-case basis. So if you have an employer letter, I always prefer keeping an employment letter from India, even though this stays in Canada. I always prefer keeping a document from India also, where I work, and which shows my family ties or ties with my country, and that I'll return back to the country once I'm done my purpose in Canada. Now, once you have done all the informations, once you have filled up all the information which you have submitted, once you have submitted all the proofs and all the documents and everything, make sure that someone else also sees that, and make sure that everything is proper, there's no confusion. Arrange it in a beautiful way so that it will be easy for the officers to go through it. So once you're done with everything, then I proceed to the next option, where you have to give consent to the CIC to release your information to the Border Service Agency and any other government bodies which is responsible for your arrival. So select yes and put your surname or last name over there, and your first name on the next column. Then you'll get the option to go to the fees, where you can see the visa fees is $100 and the biometrics is $85, which you will get a request at a later point of time. They'll request you once you are almost ready to go, once your documents are kind of proper, then they'll inform you that you need to do biometrics to go ahead. To proceed with the application, then you have to go and give your biometrics, but then you have to pay the $185 now itself. So you can click on save and continue, and then you'll be redirected to the page where you can give your payment using any credit card or debit card, be it MasterCard or Visa. So you can go ahead, you can submit your applications. If you're in doubt, please finish off the form later. Like I told, you have 60 days to finish off the form. So take your time, clarify yourself, come back, finish the applications. Once you're totally done, finished off, submit it, and then come back and do the applications you submitted over here. And if you have any doubts, you have any queries, you want to reach IRCC regarding your status of the documents, you have to know where exactly your document is in right now. We'll do a separate video for that, how to request for your status of your application, how to add more documents in case you have forgot to add some documents, or in case you have forgot to add some information, if you want to change or alter any informations. We will do a separate video how to do that. Until then, bye bye and take care and enjoy your visit to Canada. If you have any doubts or anything, please let me know. Please comment, like, share and subscribe.